today. It's time for fall, from a popular farm that's reopening to a trampoline park in Edmond to curling on ice in Oklahoma City.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lawley. Today we're celebrating fall, and what better way to do that than our current location, the Orr family farm in Moore.
What a dramatic turnaround here. This was one of many Moore homes and businesses that were hit by the May 20th tornado. They have been working like crazy, and they've got this place ready and open for business.
I know you spoke with Dr. Orr, and they are very excited to get families in here to have a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and it's time to do just that.
You guys, West Moore, Southwest Oklahoma City, Moore.
Orr Family Farm sits directly in the path of the deadly May 20th tornado.
It's amazing that you can go inside a building and 5 minutes later come out and it looked totally different. Total destruction everywhere. Every building was either completely destroyed or had to be basically rebuilt from ground up.
Orr Family Farm had been one of Oklahoma's most successful tourism destinations, a place for kids and parents to play and learn through agritainment. But after the tornado, most of the farm was destroyed or damaged beyond repair.
Yeah, we shed a lot of tears. And then we were quite amazed by the fact that 9 trees, huge trees, were uprooted. The building to the south was, the brick had to be taken off of it because it was leaning so badly. That's just 50 feet from the house. The building to the east of it was destroyed totally, and yet there wasn't a shingle on the house taken off.
After months of loving reconstruction and restoration, Orr Family Farm is back in business and better than ever.
We've added more games, and we have a fun area. We have these giant chess sets that set up about 2 foot high or more, and checkers. And we've added, thanks to P&K John Deere, they have donated 10 little tractors for children to ride around, and then we'll have another little maze for the children.
We've still got our fall field trips going on, and we'll be open the Saturdays in November on the 9th and the 16th. So we'll still be doing our hay rides to the pumpkin patch, and all the kids will get free pumpkins. All of our fall activities, lots of fun festivities. And then in December, we have our breakfast with Santa. So that's a lot of fun for all the kids. Parents and kids come out and have breakfast, pancake breakfast with Santa.
For the folks at Orr Family Farm, this is not just a reopening, it's a rebirth.
It means the world to us. It's been, of course, in the beginning it was devastation, and now I just can't even describe to you the excitement that we've had. It's like a new beginning for us.
Orr Family Farm has an excellent website, so you can find out how to plan your field trip here to groups, clubs, corporate events, anything you want to do. For all your information, just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. Well, again, this is our fall show, and we're not just talking seasonally. In some cases, we're going to be talking literally, which is the case for our next destination.
Well, in shooting this next story, I won't tell you how many times I fell with the camera, literally, but I can tell you at the Elevation Trampoline Park in Edmond, everyone is always jumping for joy.
Really is fun for all ages. Elevation Trampoline in Edmond is a recreational facility that's temperature controlled year-round and a place where you can really bounce off the walls. You have 5 different courts from which to choose.
We have our main court, which is over 5,000 square feet of trampolines. It's about roughly 78 feet by 70 feet, so it's larger than the size of a basketball court. And it has 28 trampolines on the floor, along with another 20 trampolines on the walls, all the way around. And it's just an open, free jump area where you can just come in, have fun, bounce around, bounce off the walls, and you name it. And then we have 2 sport courts, which are just behind me here, and they're identical courts, and they're the size of a standard volleyball court, so 30 feet by 60 feet. And those are set up mainly for dodgeball, where you can just walk in and jump in a game with some other people. But we also have the basketball goals where you can try your luck at getting some air and actually trying to dunk it.
There's also a kids' court for the 2 to 6 crowd, smaller and safer, and keeps them away from the more hectic and rough and tumble activities of the older kids. There's also the foam pit, which is for everybody. In this section, when you fall, you really have a soft landing thanks to 11,000 cubes of foam. If you're looking for someone to take care of all the ups and downs of planning a birthday party, Elevation Trampoline can do that for you too. There's room here for several birthday parties all at the same time.
Yeah, it's great. We have 2 hours. You come in, jump for the first 80 minutes. We have a party area around the corner, and there's 6 different tables there where you can come in, and you've got that reserved table for you the whole time. We have pizza that's included in the package, as well as a t-shirt for the birthday kid. Or we've had a 4-year-old party here. We had a 32-year-old party. And so it's not just the kids who come out and have some fun with that.
It's a wonderful place for group events, schools, and church groups to come out and enjoy some bonding time, but in the end, it's also about getting active. Mark says they're really tricking people into exercising.
We can get kids in here, they'll come jump for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and they don't realize they're exercising. And you'll see them just drenched in sweat when they're done, but when they walk out, they have a big smile on their face and want to come back again, and just don't even realize, wow, I just worked out and got the heart pumping and everything. And then we also have a trampoline boot camp, and that's geared for years 18 and older. And that's one where you have an instructor who comes in and actually teaches a class.
This is the perfect place to exercise and have fun at the same time.
The Elevation Trampolines website is full of information. We'll link you to theirs when you go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
All right, we'll leave the remote where it is because there's lots more to come.
And we're talking about fall this time, actually another farm that has a lot of fall fun activities.
We're headed to Miami. Stay with us when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues right after this.
On the road, one never knows what lies ahead. Indubitably, almost every week, one encounters bad form from Sunday drivers.
Sheer rudeness begets the occasional fender bender.
Precisely why we have insurance from AAA.
Hear, hear.
A name drivers can trust.
Especially good ones.
Especially great ones.
Cheers!
Every night,
my honey lemon eye,
sit alone and talk.
Watch your heart,
making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And we say,
we're only saying
you're doing fine, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
Until there's an accident rewind button, there's the next best thing, insurance from AAA.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma, coming to you this week from the newly reopened Orr Family Farm in Moore. And this is the time of year that is perfect for getting out and enjoying all that fun down on the farm.
That's right. There are a lot of farms throughout the state where you and your family can have a great time. But right now we're going to go to Miami. There's a place up there called Annabelle's Fun Farm. I got to tell you, it looks like a cartoon has come to life.
Annabelle's Fun Farm is this week's agritourism adventure.
Tucked away in the beautiful countryside of far northeastern Oklahoma lies a scenic playground. But it's more than just a playground. It's an outdoor classroom geared to letting kids learn in the best way possible, and that's having fun. What activities are available? Well, there are plenty.
We have a hayride where they go out to the pumpkin patch and they pick out their pumpkin that they're going to take home. We have a train ride where they go out by the pond, and we have some things set up there for them to look at while they go on the ride. We have a 4-acre corn maze that they can walk through, and inside the corn maze, is carved K95 with Make-A-Wish Oklahoma, because we're help raising money for Make-A-Wish Oklahoma.
There's also a barnyard where the kids can meet Annabelle the goat or Tom the turkey. There are chickens and other animals the kids can see. And to burn off some of that wonderful childhood energy, there's a play yard including swing sets and tetherball, pumpkin bowling. Don't forget there's a gift shop. And oh, there's an air cannon that yours truly had a fun time trying. That's awesome. The gemstone mining is also very popular. The kids can mine for gemstones or fossils, and it's all about making memories and, again, having fun.
We have a bunch of schools, different schools that come in, and they interact with each other, and they just laugh and have a good time, and the parents just sit back and just enjoy watching the kids do all the activities and stuff. So,
to me, it's my payday, and I'm not talking money. I'm talking it makes me feel good for all the hard work I've done all summer long out here by myself, planting and planning, and then now people are enjoying it, and that's what I really get a kick out of. You know, people come in and just have a great time and leave very happy.
One of the many happy elements that puts the fun in Annabelle's Fun Farm is just how the buildings are designed. They all look like a cartoon that's come to life, and honestly, who can't smile while watching pig races preceded by a duck starter round? Tim says many of the kids who visit have never even been close to a chicken or a goat, so educating them about agriculture is just an added bonus.
And to actually teach them that this is where the food comes from, it's really a lot of fun to bring them to a farm and show them a lot of the agriculture and teach them about the life of a pumpkin. We have a little talk on that, and so they see where a pumpkin doesn't magically appear in a box at a grocery store. It starts with a seed. Someone has to plant it. Someone has to fertilize it. And so on and so forth. So,
and the seeds of curiosity and fun are always planted and nurtured here at Annabelle's Fun Farm.
To find out all about Annabelle's Fun Farm and the activities there, get a calendar of events and more, just hop on over to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. With plenty of deep-rooted destinations around our state, agritourism is Oklahoma's growing adventure.
Coming up next, we're going to fly to Davis to do our next story.
Fly being the operative word. Find out a fun way to see the fall beauty of the Arbuckle Mountains when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
I was sitting behind an SUV at a red stoplight, and I guess the light wasn't turning green fast enough for her, so she puts her SUV in reverse and backs right into my new car. I'd called her insurance several times and they had never heard of her.
We recommended that she go ahead and turn the claim in to AAA so that AAA claims adjusters could take care of her.
I paid my $500 deductible to get my car fixed, and I didn't ever expect to see that money again.
I didn't want her to have to be out $500 because it wasn't her fault. So that was the only question. A lot of times if there is no insurance coverage, it's hard to get the other party to pay up.
2 months later, I had a check in the mail from AAA for my $500. So when I had given up on it, they were still fighting to get my money back for me.
She said, "Guess what? I got a check in the mail." That was a good feeling for her, and it made me feel good too.
They've really shown me that if I ever have a problem, that they're gonna help me fix it.
You know, it's great when you can find a beautiful destination and see it from the ground and from the air.
That's true. Now, next story, well, it's an up-close and personal aerial view of the destination.
We have found this in the town of Davis.
And to say the least, it was a high-flying adventure. Is it normal to strap yourself onto a cable and slide across at a pretty good clip from one point to another? I don't know if it's normal, but it sure is fun and exhilarating. At the Air Donkey Zip Line in Davis, they have two pretty hard-fast rules.
Rule number one is to always pay attention to your guide and during the training to get yourself used to doing it safely. And rule number two is to have as much fun as you possibly can.
Now, before anyone can sign up for this very special, amazing bird's eye view of the beautiful Arbuckle Mountains, You'll have to sign a waiver, of course, and then it's safety training. Steve and his crew will patiently walk you through everything. This morning, our guides are Tyler and Steve's wife, Rosalind.
Now you want to grab your claws right here. You're going to bring everything through that small loop.
Safety is number one. They'll teach you how to brake or even go faster because obviously people of different weights will ride differently.
But the heavier people will go faster. This is one of those sports where if you're heavier, sometimes it's better, especially if it's windy. But you have to learn to brake and slow yourself down, which basically we do that just with a gloved hand. So you have to kind of get used to just how much braking. Ultimately, we'll stop all the riders before they hit the pole. That's my motto. You know, Dino doesn't hit the pole.
Yes, I wanted to avoid that too. Now, the folks here do like for you to participate and not just sit there. Your first test comes on a bunny slope of sorts, and then it's a quick ride up a hill to start what I referred to as a giant jungle gym in the sky. Part ropes course and part circus training in a way. We were all ready for the slow climb up before the very fast trip to that first pole. There's a succession of 6 lines here, with the longest one being around 1,800 feet. But there's nothing like that rush of excitement when you take off. My fellow zipliners were all having a blast. Now, I've been told before in my life and career to go jump or run off a cliff, but I've never really done it. You see, on this portion of the trip, you are told to run until your feet are completely off the ground and you are literally going off a cliff. In all seriousness, while there is no shortage of adrenaline, there's a peacefulness that came over me as I flew over the Arbuckle Mountains, especially this quarry. And as Steve, who is a former biologist, brought up, you're flying over an amazing history lesson.
And one of our zip lines, from the start to the end, you go across 250 million years of geology that's laying on its side.
Now, 10 years old is as young as they like to go, and on the upward end of the age, people aged 78 and 83 have ridden and loved it. You also need to be between 80 and 250 pounds.
There are people that come here and they've zip lined in other places, Costa Rica, and you know they're all proud of themselves, and I'm glad they did that. But when they get on the top of some of our towers, you know, they don't want to go, you know, because it just seems different. It seems like you're higher when you're really not, but it's open country. So one thing about it, everyone leaves with a smile on their face.
It was a blast. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a really great time. It was a lot better than being in school. It was fun. It was really fun.
To reserve your spot for high-flying fun, just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
Up next, our Jeff Roberts has his own definition of fall.
That would be falling. Find out what happens when you combine ice and Jeff on that ice when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues right after this.
He's been our insurance agent for the last 6 years, but the year before that, he was the best man at my wedding.
Asked him if I could quote his auto insurance, to which he said, yes, but you're gonna have to beat the company I've been with for forever in order to get it.
I didn't think they'd be able to.
So I took the opportunity to quote it, and I know I was able to save him about $600 a year.
Man, I was just like, boom shakalaka, like, are you kidding me?
He actually said that on the phone, boom shakalaka.
You know, saving money with AAA means food on the table for my family. Even after he saved us tons of money, he's looked at our policy over the years and helped us make changes to save even more money without us asking.
We offer the best of both worlds. We have great customer satisfaction through the level of service that we provide, and combined with an amazingly low rate.
You know, as a parent and as a husband, having insurance is a safety net because life happens. I know that AAA is going to take care of us. I don't have to worry about it. AAA is going to be there. Levi's going to be there. They're going to take care of our needs.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible and does a lot of other great things around our state. Here's a look at today's AAA.
Hi, Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. Motor Club programs like AAA Roadside Assistance used to be a driver's only option when their car needed rescue on the road. Nowadays, however, hundreds of businesses are offering roadside assistance packages. So what makes AAA the best choice? Well, for starters, we cover the person, not the car. Insurance programs only offer coverage for the vehicle on the policy and often count roadside assistance as a claim, causing rates to go up. New car warranties call for dealership service, often requiring upfront payment, and may have gaps in coverage that could leave you stranded or stuck with an unexpected bill. 53 million members trust AAA because AAA protects you 24/7 no matter what vehicle you're in, with the most comprehensive coverage available on the market. Visit AAA.com to learn more.
AAA for the ones who matter most to you.
You know, when we were thinking about and talking about the theme for this particular show a few weeks ago, and then I saw the story that Jeff Roberts was going to be doing for us, I thought that story will fit in perfectly right here.
The theme is fall, both literally and seasonally. Of course, if you take Jeff Roberts and the Oklahoma City Curling Club, which is a sport done on ice, you have to know it's going to include falls.
A curling club right here in Oklahoma, would you believe it? Well, after today, when we show you all that's going on behind us, you're going to believe it.
It really is an everyman sport that started in Scotland way back when. It's been around a long time. Not really well known here in the southern states, but the popularity of the sport is growing.
The object of the game is to get your curling stone as close as you can to the middle of this bullseye.
Okay.
This bullseye is called the house.
This is the house.
And the middle of the bullseye is called the button.
So am I trying to hit the button then when I'm curling?
You're trying to make your stone land on the button.
Okay. So what, you want me to try something?
I
What are we
want
going to
you
try?
You ready to give it a try?
Well, I don't, should I sweep or should I throw?
No, you should throw.
But I'll fall.
That's the whole point.
Gee, Rex, I appreciate what we're doing here.
Put your right foot there.
My right foot here.
Left foot on the slider. Put your right foot there first, obviously.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right.
Put your left foot on the slider.
You know, we've had 7 surgeries on this left leg, you know, to walk again. So, you know.
We may be in line for
We may be in a lawsuit. No, I'm just kidding. Man, that is slick. Now what am I doing?
You're going to push off with your right foot.
Oh, sure I am. Do you know how shape I am?
And you're going to put the stone in your right hand out in front of you.
Out in front. All right. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty straight.
Nicely done.
That was all arm. That was no body.
Look at this. It's good.
In the house, baby. It's in the house.
It's through the house.
Of course, it went through the back door and down to South 40, but it went into the house.
Don't stand up on that slider because you will slip and fall. Go ahead and just...
Thanks for the help there. Well, that was closer to his broom.
That was closer to his broom. A triple takeout.
Yes!
Nicely done.
You get that one? What happens if your sweeper falls?
You mean besides pointing and laughing? The Oklahoma Curling Club hosts open houses and learn to curl events throughout the year. We run 8-week seasons. We're in the middle of an 8-week season right now. In December, we'll be hosting another Learn to Curl open house where people can come and basically get the lessons that you did in a little more detail and then get a chance to curl in an actual game. We've got a lot of stuff coming up with the Olympics. You know, the Olympics start in February, and we'll be doing open houses and Learn to Curls all through the Olympics and right after the Olympics as well. People get generated, interest gets generated in curling during the Olympics because people watch it on the TV and they say, I can do that. And as you proved, you can.
For all of you watching, there really is a curling club right here in Oklahoma. And you know what? Discover Oklahoma told you about it. At Arctic Edge in Edmond, guess what? I'm Jeff Roberts and I'm going to do some more curling.
For more information on the Oklahoma City Curling Club, just visit the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. Well, that's our show for this week. We hope you've enjoyed experiencing fall and all of its different ramifications. And one great place to enjoy the fall is going to be here at Orr Family Farm and more. It was hit by the tornado, but they've got it back in business now, so come pay them a visit.
All right, they're reopened and ready to have you come here and have a great time. We also want to thank you very much for watching.
Next week, it's a true potpourri for you, from a fun artsy playhouse in Edmond to a cool home accessory store in Tulsa to food trucks and fresh air and bamboo in Guthrie. Hope you'll join us.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.